Saints. Can y'all hear me? My name is Ched, and Jay invited me to work together with the community to open up the circle of conversation. So I want to do that by way of introducing a few folk, and particularly a few elders, which it is appropriate to do. But before I do that, I want to read a poem from a woman who very much wanted to be here, but who is in the early stages of pregnancy and couldn't make the road trip down from New Jersey. And Kate Foran, some of you know, is a righteous sister in the movement and a great poet. And I want to let her verse extend this already pretty rockin' way of opening up. This is called What Remains. I'm forcing forsythia, though, you know, we could easily say I'm encouraging it to bloom. Hard evidence of violence everywhere on this earth. Strewn with bones scraped, with arrows made from bones. Soft hearts long gone, just these etched scars, these skulls, this hole, a third eye socket, bludgeoned out by stone, and all it ever saw was sacrifice or war. I'm tired of fight or flight, tired of the uniforms, drab green compassion fatigues, brittle indifference, splintered wishbone refuse. I want the flower pollen in the Neanderthal grave, morning's dust. In a few days, my cut forsythia will pass, its fine gold powder swept into the bin, its stalks wilting and unwieldy. For now, the buds open star-like at the desk, where I'm reading about the ancient bogs of Florida, the leathered bodies of hunter-gatherers found there, the perfect corpses. Except one wasn't, a boy crippled by spinal bifida, who by any law of survival should have died at birth, but he lived around 15 years, a sign experts say of a stable community. They must have carried him, the tough and petaled branch of him, everywhere they went. And so too, sisters and brothers, we are carried everywhere we go by the cloud of witnesses, our ancestors, in this struggle that has been going on since those flaming swords were put up. It is good to be in this gathering, and it is appropriate that we do what human beings have been doing for as long as they have been human in this place, and that is to light a fire and to gather in a circle and to tell stories. So I want to do that by way of welcoming particularly some elders. This is something that tribal people have done forever, is honor their elders. And when I was first invited to be a part of this, it seemed to me that it would be a good idea. Something told me that almost everybody here would be, well, let's put it this way, younger than me. And I thought, well, this would be a really great opportunity to build some intergenerational movement sinew to the skeleton of this thing. And so I took the liberty of putting out word to about 30 folk around the country saying, I think something's going to happen in Philadelphia, and would you like to come be part of it? And a dozen or so of those folks went out of their way to get here, and I want to recognize them today. And what I am inviting these sisters and brothers to do as elders in this, over this weekend is, you know, I guess a little bit in the tribal tradition and a little bit in the Quaker tradition and a little bit in the Eastern Orthodox tradition, and there's a mix of all of that. You know, elders are to be honored because they know more than we do and have been through it. And we need that wisdom that in our tradition is the great face of Sophia. In the Quaker tradition, to elder a gathering is to literally just be present and hold the whole thing in the light as it's happening. It's just a prayerful accompaniment. And I'm asking these elders to do that for us as well. And to be available for conversation and for counsel and for prayer as the weekend unfolds. Now, I'm less worried about the elders being comfortable with that and more concerned whether you all will feel free to take advantage of that, because it's sort of not something we often do. But I want to urge you to, as I invite these folks to stand up and be recognized, to sort of mark them out and say, I really want to talk to that person sometime this weekend. I want to sit with that person over a meal, because that's why they're here.